Go away. Hey guys, you're welcome. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to the channel. This is Pro Storyline. Kindly subscribe, share and like this video or this live stream. And meanwhile, let me know where you're watching from. So glad to meet each and every one of you. Please give a like, give a like, give a like. Let me know where you're watching from. Give a like to the channel. Give a like to the channel. I'm actually having my breakfast currently. So give a like to the channel. Where are you watching from, guys? I need a like, tap your screen to like the channel. Tap the screen to like the channel. Ah ha ha ha. You know one call me but only you chop. Oh, sorry. Namdi. Good morning. Come and join me. Come and join me. Please like the live because come and join me if you want to. How is Enugu today? How is the weather? How is the security situation? Nigeria is getting very hot. Do you see what your friend Iran is doing? Well, I've not been following the whole situation. I stopped following them really. See, it seems a pause on the wars. I've not been following them. I've not been following the situation in Iran. So what's the update? Give me updates. What's the update, Namdi? What's the update? It's like this live stream, Miko. Like, see my friend Iran. That's crazy. Why you say Iran is my friend? Absolutely, like, I don't like war. That's just it. I can't support war. So, if someone is trying to instigate war, I don't like that. That doesn't mean, the other person you're fighting with is my friend. So, I wouldn't say Iran is my friend, but, starting killing people is not what I like. Eh? Thanks for the like. There is sunfly outside. Thanks for the like, guys. Thank you so much. You guys like the live? Like and subscribe to the channel if you're tuning in. This is Pro Storyline. Let me know where you're watching from. Kindly like and subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from. What's going on in your area? Over here in Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, okay? Over here in Nigeria, we just lost a great star in the movie industry, you know, Alex Ekubo. And it's a very artist area because he's just 40, really. Just 40 years old and he's gone. It's crazy. Nam Diane says there was a ceasefire for a while now, and US and Iran it's just days to signing agreement that the Iran from Norway fired at Israel, and also down a US. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my connection. It's crazy. It's giving me a little problem. Yeah, Namdi, I don't know if you're still there. Our network cut us off. You know one thing about this Iran ceasefire with the US, I guess probably Israel must have been throwing bombs on Iran. Something must have triggered them to do that. Because you would not call for a ceasefire and then suddenly, okay, when you're on the negotiation table, you just start misbehaving like the US does. No, something must have triggered them. Maybe something that is probably not on the news. Okay, something that is being filtered from the news from reaching everybody's ears, probably. So I don't think they just, on the table of negotiating, let's do this and that, let's cease fire, and then fired Israel and down the US helicopter. Something must have triggered them. We'll find out. Something must have triggered them, and that could be I could just call it a a retaliatory attack. I don't know. I'm not siding. Iran is not my friend, please. Something must have triggered them, really. I stopped following the news. All right, I heard there was a ceasefire, but I stopped following them and then look for something else. I'm actually after South Africa now. A lot is going on in South Africa. South Africa, we've seen what has been happening on social media. It has really helped us to open our eyes to who South Africans are. They've been so, I'll call them barbarians, like they're so barbaric, like so backward in thinking. They've been, coming against black foreigners in their country. They're asking that's black African foreigners, foreign African nationals in their country, they should leave the country. And now most of the countries, like Ghana, started evacuating its citizens from South Africa. And they're like, the the Ghanaian government is doing, taking, the whole situation out of proportion. Shouldn't have, they're not xenophobic. It's trying to look for an excuse. It's crazy. It's crazy that, in this age and time, people still behave like if they are in 1900s or 1800s. It's crazy. I've seen clips of South Africans, those protesters, they will just come to African nationals' residence. They be searching, entering people's houses, searching, breaking into people's house because simply they're not from South Africa, but they are black Africans. Doing anyhow, they go to people's shops, business centers, and then once it is an African national, they will just tell the person to leave, and then they will call it South African, the black South African take over. Like how backward people could be. Not until I watch South Africans misbehave. A lot of countries, like African countries, like I don't know what other African countries always take Nigeria. But we have the population. We have the population. Recently, there is this I can't remember the name of the company, but there's this thing that we do over here in Nigeria. If you want to, the telecommunication companies, the Airtel, the MTN, the Globalcom, Etisalat, and the rest. Sometimes, you might just be in a very tight corner and then you want to make call. Maybe you don't have a time to call. There's, an avenue on these platforms to borrow. So they said there's this company, a South African company that is not even existing in Nigeria. It's staying in South Africa and then milking Nigeria trillions of naira every year. He's the one, he's like the middle person, the middleman, this company. I've forgotten the name. He's the middleman that does this transaction. So if I borrow credit from MTN, for instance, this company takes a cut, all right, profit of my borrowing. And MTN equally takes a cut and a profit of my borrowing from them. So this have been going on for the past 12 years in Nigeria. No other company comes in, no indigenous company comes in. All right. But recently, thank God for our president. The nonsense of South Africans is too much. Our president signed it into, I think, whether bill or something, just sign it that other companies, indigenous companies, Nigerian companies, should come in and then also handle that aspect of data borrowing and everything. Because this very company, this South African company, was monopolizing the whole thing as a middleman and was profiting billions. 3 billion, 3 trillion of naira is like 3 billions or 3 point something billion dollars every year from Nigeria. And then you're saying Nigerians are taking your jobs. You don't have job in South Africa. You don't. There's a clip. I saw a video clip of someone. I think that man should be an Asian man that is having a business in South Africa. This stupid lady called Jacinta, the one that is leading the whole march protests, that South African stupid, she doesn't have sense. She went to that man's place and then confronted the man, say, if you're employing other African nationals, make sure that you relinquish them of their job roles and then employ only South Africans. And the man was like, no way. She asked, the man was like, South Africans don't come to work. They are very lazy. That's a problem. You don't want to work and then you're crying that there are no jobs. You don't, we Nigerians are very hardworking people. Every other, I don't know about other African nationals, but Nigerian people, we are extremely very hardworking people. Wherever we find ourselves, we try to survive. Wherever we find ourselves, we will make the best of the opportunity. So we're not like South Africans. The fact that you see a Nigerian comes to South Africa and 1, 2 years, 3 years, is building a great business, is flourishing. It takes, like, it is in our spirit to do that. That's how we are. I felt South Africa should have learned from the foreign nationals. You say they're taking your jobs. Most of the nationals that comes in, African nationals that comes to South Africa, are those that come establishing businesses, contributing in the process to the economic development of South Africa. So how are they taking your jobs when they come? Like a Nigerian man that I've been in South Africa, I saw a clip of him. He has been in South Africa for over 30 years. 30 years of his life, he's been there. I don't know if he married from there, but he's been there. He established a car wash business. And those that he employed are South Africans. You're coming to tell the man to shut down his business because he's from Nigeria. He should go back to Nigeria and fix Nigeria. Huh. Oh, wallahi, oh my God. I don't think South Africans know what is coming on them, really. Most of the protesters, I see them as stark illiterates. They don't even know what's up. Like, education is very far from you guys. That's what I see. Because if you're educated and know the consequences, the implications of what you are doing in South Africa, you will not dare try to do what you're doing against foreign nationals in South Africa. You wouldn't do it because you do it as if, other Africans are from treetops. They don't have houses. people in Nigeria, I'll speak for my country, okay? Nigerians, especially the Igbo tribes, they love traveling. They don't sit down. Probably you guys don't travel in your country, but we in Nigeria, we love traveling. We like going about, experiencing life outside our comfort zone. And when we get to wherever we find ourselves, we try to make the best of the opportunity. We try to make the best out of the opportunity. But for you to like, oh, you people are, the funniest part is that even the white South Africans, you people don't even measure up. They don't even regard you. Okay. And then you get about destroying things, telling African nationals, I'm fine. If we're going to follow you up, okay, like follow up what you plot in the whatever plans you're making now, okay, African countries should just be for their citizens. I don't think that Africa will survive because most of the businesses, like in Nigeria, we have if people use some South African businesses like MTN to extort us of our money. You recharge, what, 8 time right now, and they tell you maybe 2 naira per minute. Before you know it, you don't even talk up to maybe you did 500 naira or something. Before you know it, before the time, the duration that 8 times should take you for is gone. Everything is wiped off. You do data plan, before you know it, it's gone. If Nigeria were like a country that really cared, call it the Nigerian government was the kind of system that really cares about its citizens, most of the nonsense South African companies have done in this country should have been brought to book. But we don't care because we Nigerians, we the kind of people that don't really, we are comfortable, we easily cope with situations. We easily cope with situations. So sometimes we don't even care, okay, that's I don't finish. Okay, I have another money, let me recharge. Let me talk about the DSTV and the GoTV, the multi-choice thing that is happening here. People, multi-choice, as long as I can remember, I've been in this country for over more than 20 years. Like more than 20 years. DSTV, GoTV came up recent. DSTV, sometimes you recharge this thing, we call it subscription. You subscribe for a month. The first of a month, it's supposed to expire on the next, month first. But before the end of that first of that next month, everything is scrambled. Everything is scrambled. But you've paid for those services. Sometimes there are technical faults that comes in between the days. How do you pay? How do you compensate your viewers? How do you compensate your subscribers? You don't do that. And nobody takes you to court. Nobody says, okay, DSTV, come and leave our country. GoTV, come and carry your load and come and leave our country. And then you're saying in your very, I don't know, I've never been to South Africa. I had a cousin that lived there for over 10 years. But I feel people are just dull in brain, in thinking, and very dull in, when it comes to working. That's why you will ever think that somebody that is going to establish business in your country is the one taking your businesses, is the one taking advantage of your economy. No, they are contributing to your economy, and you should know better. South Africans should know better, really. Ghanaians, I like what Ghana did because most of the things is going to affect you guys. Most of the money that comes to South Africa is going to affect you. I don't know if because they call you black person or a black man, you have a black brain, like you can't really think. For you to send, enter Ghanaians residents in South Africa and then do whatever you do, fight them, beat them up, and then the government of Ghana keep watching. If we just have, I don't know, have a rethink on what you're doing, like re-strategize. If there are no jobs in South Africa, okay, no foreign national in South Africa, call it a black foreign national, will come and do government job, like maybe ministry job like we have in Nigeria, because you're not a citizen, except maybe you are integrated into the system legally. Nobody will come and do government job. You can only do businesses. So they're not taking your jobs. Whatever that is happening in South Africa, probably this job thing is everywhere. Unemployment is everywhere. It's even in Nigeria. It's everywhere. So try to solve it. Don't see create an enmity between Africans simply because you feel, oh, they don't have anything good to contribute. They're like peasants in your no. Or they coming. It has gotten so worse for the men. The South African, they hate Nigerian brothers so much that they're coming to take our men, our women. It's crazy, really. It's crazy. Nigerian men are taking your your South African sisters. You don't want them. Why? That's just like it's daft, very daft. Because if you were a good man, if you are a man, a South African man, and you like a South African lady, and you know how to treat her well, you know how to treat her well as a lady deserves to be treated. You give her, you love her, you be sincere to her, you spoil her. Why would she agree for a Nigerian guy to take her when you are doing what you're supposed to do? Tell me, why would she accept a Nigerian, a foreigner for that matter? Why would she? It's because you people are lazy. Probably your men. It's crazy. Your men, they're not doing what they're supposed to do as men. And who sees a good thing and goes for the bad? I'm a lady, like, who sees a good man and then go for a bad man, a man that cannot take care of me? I'll go for the best thing because I want my generation, the children I'll bring up, for this man to enjoy, to have a good life. I wouldn't see a man that cannot really take care of me and then try to, okay? Especially when he's not making effort to improve himself, to better his life. I wouldn't see a lazy man and then get married to or date him or something. Because I know at the end of the day, it's going to be chaos. The relationship, everything is going to be chaotic. So what's the point? So Nigerian women, if they come to your country and then they see what they like, they go for it, they spoil them, and then your women will always follow. So you just get used to it and improve yourself, South African men. That's the only thing you should do. Improve yourself. Learn from Nigerians. What are they doing that you are not doing? Find out from Nigerians. What are they doing to these women that they are following them? Find out. What are they doing to these women that women are following, they're loving on them, they don't even want. I've seen I've seen some video clips where some pretty girls, young ladies, they're like asking them in Africa, which men do you think are the best? All of them Nigerian, and they are South Africans. When they mention, oh, how about South Africa? They say, God forbid. Spoken so sad, God forbid, as South African, And I'm like, why? Because people don't treat your women well. Most of you, the men, are criminals. Some of them, the young people in South Africa, they are criminals, like petty thieves. Petty thieves, like petty thieves. Petty, not be better criminal. Like, what I mean better criminal, the one where we say, the kind of criminal, if you want, like in Nigeria, if you want to be bad, like be bad and have a record of being bad. That's how we are. And you want to be good, have a record of goodness. Let people hear. You've heard about hot puppy. That's the kind of, if a Nigerian wants to commit a crime, I'm not trying to praise, criminal lifestyle, but I'm trying to tell you how classy it would be if they want to be. They're not petty thieves. Like you enter, you rob somebody in a car and then get all the money. We don't do that. We don't do that. We better hijack the car. A Nigerian thief better hijack that car and then call you for millions, kidnap you. All right? We're not petty thieves. So South Africa, most of the crimes they come, they are petty. You call an Uber, you want to hijack the Uber vehicle. You want to get money from the driver, not even to sell the car. That's petty. And you look at them, they are men in their 30s. Sometimes they're committing, oh my God, they're committing this crime with their friends. Don't do that. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard about, there's this, in 2017, let me tell you a story. There's this notorious kidnapper, kingpin in Nigeria at that time. His name, they call him Evans. Do you know that this man was into the kind of crime, he's into this business of kidnapping. The husband, the wife never knew, the children never knew for years. All right, and he didn't do this kind of petty. If he kidnaps someone, he's asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars, not in naira, not in naira. What am I saying in essence? Nigerians, if we want to do crime, we don't do petty. So, South African men, if we do petty, and you crimes, and in the process, our women don't even know if our men are into crime. We don't know because they cover it up. There's like they present themselves in a honorable way. But I don't think that's the case in South Africa. I'm not pressing criminal lifestyle. I'm just trying to tell you the difference between a Nigerian man and a South African man. We are more classy. So you learn from the Nigerians and stop hating on our Nigerian men. Stop hating on our Nigerian men, South African men. Learn their ways. How did they get into the life of the South African women, and the women want to stay with them? You should learn from them. And if they come to your country and then they are doing very well in businesses, go close to them. Learn from them. We don't hide, when we in our country, okay, in Nigeria, we don't hide, how do I put it? When we make wealth, okay, we don't try to hide it. We try to help people. We try to let people game with us, show people the way on how to do this business so that you can. Because if I am the only person succeeding in a group of people, I'm going to be a burden. Others are going to be bored to me. Because this one will call for help. But instead of that, we don't do that. What we do is, if you make it, we pick one person and then help the person make it, to show the person the way on how to be successful. And if that person is successful, you pick the next person. That's how most Nigerians, you see Nigerian family, they're doing very well. Their friends, they're doing very well. A clique of friends, they're living the best of life. So you should help yourself as well. Let's eating and doing this and that. I'm so glad, Nigerian government have been doing, and I hope more sanction, because I really want to see more of sanction on South Africa, because the nonsense, the audacity, the effrontery is on is something that needs to be studied. People behave as if, I don't know if they don't have human rights over. There is nothing like human rights. I don't know if there is. I still question the power of the AU. Is it African Union, the former OAU, Organization of African? I'm still questioning what is the role of the AU when things like this happen in Africa, among African countries. Because I was really hoping, the chairman of the AU will give public statements of condemnation to the acts of Africans, protesters in South Africa, what they are doing to foreign African nationals. I was hoping they would do some, they will come out. I don't know if they've done it, but if they've done it, somebody should correct me. I was hoping, there'll be some sanctions made on, South Africa, or a warning or something that will make them to refrain from that very, very disturbing protest that is going on, xenophobic protest. And also, I want to say something about the South African government. I have this feeling, because for something to sustain, all right, don't forget what is happening is affecting the environment, it's affecting, call it the towns and everything. For this protest to start with day one, enter day two, enter into week one, enter into week two, and there is no arrest, like mass arrest of the protesters, especially those that have somehow harassed, somehow beaten up these foreign nationals, African nationals in South Africa. There is no arrest made. That I feel I'm made to believe that the South African government is indirectly backing up these people, is supporting these people to do this to African nationals in South Africa. That's how I feel. Because you're supposed to use, you have police, you have other law enforcement, call it agents or whatever. Use them to the maximum of, I don't know, to succumb to put those protesters out of the streets, put them in check because they are very lazy. Because I don't see why somebody would wake up from morning till night and then be doing what he is doing. Grown up men, grown up women, they don't have work to do. Are they being the government clamp down on these protesters? No, don't do this to these people. They are our brothers. They helped us during apartheid. They contributed to, what we are today. They made us who we are today in South Africa during the apartheid era. I don't think it would have transcended into where it is. It's still happening. Since last month, they've been protesting till now, harassing Africans, harassing people all over the place. It's crazy. So I feel the South African government has a hand. It may not really come and it may be preaching the gospel of peace in the public, but behind the scene it's playing, saying go ahead, do whatever you let them go. For the foreign nationals that are still there, I just pray you leave. Just leave. Let them take their South Africa and eat. Let's see how they're going to flourish and prosper and get all the jobs, have all the jobs. They so say, you guys are taking. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Because there's this adage, okay, over here in Nigeria that says a person that dances doesn't know his back is actually matching to the rhythm of the song. So all these things they were doing, I don't know, probably they don't have an idea that they're not matching to the rhythm of the global, okay, global arrangement, how things works globally. As I'm talking to you, probably you don't have an idea of how things work globally. That's why you just did what you guys have been doing over how many months now, a month plus or so. And people are saying June. Is it June? When? June. This June. If all African national don't leave, you're going to do this. Okay. Most of them have been evacuated. Let's see what's going to become of South Africa after this. Let's see what is going to become of South Africa after this. That's it. Guys, you're welcome to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from. Meanwhile, which part of the world are you watching from? I see. You're welcome back. Let me know where you're watching from. So I really appreciate people that tune. I don't want to waste time. I'll see you guys next. When I'm coming online, lately I've not been coming like frequent like I used to be, because often I'm having so many things doing, so many things. Like I'm always busy every single day, so I hardly come. That's why I don't come on. I come like I used to when I started live streaming. I used to come almost every day, but these days I don't do that. Meanwhile, please check out the videos that I just posted. uh, recently about 2 videos I've posted on my long form videos. Just check it out and then leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about, especially the Americans. I saw a lady. She was she's just a normal American, okay, very common person in America. She doesn't really have a rich connection. So she came out to talk about how life has been. And when I saw that video, I went on the comment section of hers. Oh my God, people were saying, oh my God, this is it. This is exactly what is happening. You work so hard just to put a roof over your head, which should be roof over someone's head should be the very basic need that should be, okay, made available, like available for people. It's not something you should struggle. That's why I always wonder why people say Africans are poor. Homelessness is not a thing in Africa. I swear to God, homelessness is not a thing in Africa, in Nigeria. Except homelessness only comes when probably you want to move out of your house. Maybe as a young person, you feel okay, it's time for you to move out of your parents' house and then go to a better place. You try to make ends meet or greener pasture or that kind of thing. And then you don't have anybody that can accommodate you. That's when you may end up under the bridges, like it happens in Lagos. So some people will just pick their bag and then without any plan, okay, where am I gonna stay? Just go to Lagos because they hear Lagos is where things are happening. But in the long run, most of them make they life is good to them. Really, if you can have that, man. But most people, we don't live like that in Africa. In Africa, we have this kind of network. How would I call it? Call it relative network. Like I'm related. I might be an uncle to somebody that is far, far. Even like we can't even trace the relationship, but somehow along our bloodline we are related. And then maybe my mom has kind of maybe a close relationship with the person's mom, and maybe I'm in here in this state, and this person's child wants to go to where my mom is. Can just pick a phone and then call my mom, please, my daughter, my son is coming, please, I want you to accommodate him or her over some time. He's coming to work. That's how we live in Africa. So homelessness is not really a thing. We accommodate each other. We accommodate. We are very hospitable people. But I don't think that's the case in America. I don't know how you guys live. For somebody to be working and earning money and then you're still living in a van, what makes you a rich country? And then you call Africans poor. We're not poor. People that can afford, a meal, afford a roof, even if it's a thatch house, over their heads, they are not poor people. They are very rich. I can remember sometime, some months when I started live streaming, guys, some European guys came, they were attacking me, Africa, and that we are poor, we are this. I can remember a day, rain came, was all over my roof. The noise of the rain on the roof. And they were like, oh, she has a zinc roof. I was wondering, I said, what kind of people is this? Like, which, anyway, saying all sort of trash, like racist kind of thing to me. And then I try to educate them. You go to African villages, you see people living in thatch houses, especially those that are in desert area, like the Saharan, like up north in northern Nigeria, you will see that so much. People living in mud houses. Why don't you try to find out why they are living in mud houses? There is a reason for Africans living in mud houses. It's because of the atmosphere of their area. It's because of the weather condition of their area. And if you build a mud house, let me tell you what, people that don't know, mud, because of the I don't know the geographical word to use, but I'll use the word weather. Because of the atmospheric condition of the place in Africa, places are very extremely hot, like very hot. Like northern Nigeria is very hot. If you go to a place like maybe Niger State, you go to Borno State, all those far north, Sokoto, those places are extremely hot. So for you to like to build a house, you're not going to build concrete houses. Most villagers, they invented the mud houses. What does the mud houses do? It absorbs the heat, it holds the heat. Because most of these rural areas, some of them don't have electricity, power, okay, power to like put up fan or AC. They don't have AC. So the only AC they have is these mud houses. All right, if they put up these mud houses, it absorbs the extreme heat, okay, that is environment, so they can live well, they can sleep well at night. Not that they are poor. Most of them, especially in the northern Nigeria, most of them, they are farmers. They have hectares of land which they plant, with their families. They harvest, they make millions of naira. Some of, like the Fulanis, they are pastorals. What they call, is it pastorals or pastoral or something? Like they are nomads. They move from one place to the other. You always see them with this tent kind of a house. It helps them to. That doesn't mean they are poor. A cow costs more than $1,000. So for someone to have like 50, maybe 30 cows, for someone to have 30 to 50 cows, it's not a poor man. But to you looking peripherally, you may think it's poor. It's not poor. It's damnly rich. Africans are very rich people. I think most Africans, that have common Africans. Some of them live even better than some of the Americans, some of the Europeans. I'm serious. People in rural Africa, they live better than some of the Americans, some of the Europeans. I'm telling you the gospel truth, guys. Some of them. Some of them. So when that lady came out, telling, oh, she's going through, she's in debt. As a matter of fact, we don't have credit system over here. You see that you have your cash to buy and then buy, or you don't have cash. We don't do credit system in that you go and pick one big car and then be paying small. We don't do that here. You see that you have the cash to buy something. You see that you have a cash to buy maybe a Porsche car, a Lamborghini, or anything. We pay. You see that you make the transfer. You pay in cash. We don't do credit system. We don't do pay small over here in Africa or in Nigeria. Let me speak for my country. We don't do that. So you can't call people that do their thing once poor. We're not poor. We're not poor. But it's just unfortunate, people like that lady, was complaining. Life is she even wants to leave America. According to her, she wants to leave America, but how can she leave when she doesn't even have money saved up to take her out of the country and then start a new life elsewhere? But the truth is, most Americans, if you find yourself in that kind of situation, my encouragement would be just leave, gather money, and then leave. Go to any of the African countries. Go to any of the African countries, buy a portion of land, settle, do whatever you have to do to become a citizen, and then settle. That's how to live. Have a better life, live a breathable life, live a life that is comfortable, not a life that you be waking up before you know you swing into depression, and then you start taking substance, ruining yourself. If you find yourself in a situation that you can't cope in a particular place, move. That's what you need to do. Move. Gather money and then move. If you have $10,000, let me tell you guys, people that are from America, if you have $10,000 and then you want to come to Africa, you have the best of life. Like, you live like a king. With $10,000, let alone maybe 100,000, you live like a king. Because if you come and then you want to probably, I don't know how much it costs to become a citizen in some African countries, but in some African countries you have to have an investment of up to maybe $100,000 or more than like that for you to become automatic citizenship. Because for you to settle over here in Africa, you have to have something that you're doing, something contributing, or you marry like in Nigeria, if you're a man that marries a Nigerian man, you can't become a it's unfortunate, you can't become a citizen of Nigeria. I don't know why it takes time. I don't know the process anyway. I don't know. But it'd be better that you leave a stifling place, a place that you don't really have a good life, to a place that you live happily. Even if you live in a very, in a very small this thing. How do I put it? Like, you just live a minimal life, yes. You have a minimalistic kind of life outside, but you still live well. In Nigeria, we pay rent yearly. We don't pay monthly. So if you pay, before your rent expires at the end of the year, you must have had enough time to gather your fund for rent for the coming year. So it's not something that you do rent this month and next month maybe you lost your job, you don't have a job. There's so many benefits, staying in Africa really. So if you're experiencing hardship in Europe, hardship in move to Africa. Move to Africa. That's the best thing. Just move to Africa, look for a place, buy land. If you have $10,000, like I say you live like a king in Africa. You will live like a king in Africa. Get a house, even if you want to pay your rent for 5 years or 2 years, pay your rent. Get your For places like in Nigeria, we have this epileptic kind of power supply. So what you do is we have this solar thing going on, solar installation. You can get solar energy to power your house if you need constant light. That's another thing. With maybe 2,000 or 1,500, that's $1,500. You can do that for yourself, a constant light. If the call it the power authority supplies electricity, good. They don't supply. You power up your solar energy. You have constant power supply. Life is beautiful. As a matter of fact, me, I've said, I've said it before. I said if I need to travel out, okay, I will. But I love my country. Life is very beautiful here. If you have money, if you have a job, you live a very beautiful life. Nobody disturbs you. Aside, what is going on, the little unrest that is going on currently, you know, crimes here. But Nigeria is a very beautiful place to live. Very beautiful place to live. Africa is a very beautiful place to live. Nobody disturbs you. Nobody comes for do this one, do that one, And let's just say when it comes to the justice system, I would say this one. Most of the judgments, somebody will just commit the same crime. Okay, white man will commit the same crime just like black man in America, but the sentencing seems to be different. Why? Why is that? So there's always this, you know, racial thing playing. It's not like that over here. Yeah, we have tribal kind of differences, but like I said, in Nigeria, if you have money, you're fine. If you have money, you're fine. Nobody disturbs you. Nobody disturbs you. So like, let me close by saying, if you are an American experiencing life, life is really tough on you. Maybe it's time for you to look for another location, another country, and go live. You mustn't be in America. You mustn't live and do everything in America. You can go to African countries. You can go to the Caribbean, buy a piece of land, build your house, your own mansion, like people call, and then live your best of life. Once in a while, you visit America, visit your family in America, instead of living like a peasant. All right, Father. Father, good morning. Father, come and say hello to people here. Come now. Father, can they see you? Father, you the salute. Okay, fine.
So,
Uh,
body just dey do me one kind, one kind.
how is the weather? Oh?
Stupid, stupid. As I no play ball all this.
Now weather.
I will take
You
paracetamol.
go play today now.
No, whether they still dey come. If they listen,
Oh, okay. Ah, guys, on that note, I want to say that I want to round up by saying people deserve a good life, better life. So if you find yourself in an environment that you feel you're not doing very well for yourself, I think it is time. That's like a sign that you have to move. So if you can't, just move. All right. Take care of yourself. Be good. And for South Africans, do better. I've come to the end of this show. I'll see you guys on the next. I don't know when I'm coming live again. Like I said, I've been a little bit very busy behind the scene. So I don't know when I'm coming live. I might come tomorrow. I might come. I don't know. I don't know when. Really, I can't really tell. I'm pretty busy. Check out my videos, guys. Check out the videos I just posted of like 2 days ago and yesterday. And let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. For now, thank you for tuning in. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.